Hey everyone, today we're going to be replacing the wing mount on this aarma kraton. Some of y'all who watch my channel may know I broke it attempting to do front flips. Now, the wing is fine, the wing mounts however snapped. Also snapped a screw off, but I was able to get it out with a pair of vice grips, no problem. So we have part number 81642 from RPM. You can see it, alright, come on, focus, focus. Oh. 81642. So we're just gonna go ahead and slap this on here, and it will be the first RPM part that I have on this truck. So let's get down to it. I got my big bag of screws here because I broke one screw and the other was bent, so I'm gonna need some hardware. Go ahead and get these put on. First things first, let's go ahead and get these put together. Isn't a real hard task. We just have these side supports here. They just kind of snap in like that. Gonna put a screw on each side. Gotta remember which screw goes where. Here we go. It's these. So these fit on there like that. What I'm doing here is just tightening this screw just enough to poke through, so that we could put that wing mount, I guess, secondary wing mount. This whole thing is labeled as a wing mount, but I'm just going to call this kind of a skeleton. This piece right here is where your where your wing actually mounts. So, and then we're going to go ahead and put this one through as well. Because for some reason, this outside piece here is actually threaded. So you can't just push them through, which kind of sucks, but oh well. There we go, and feel it on the back side of my thumb there. Cat, what are you doing behind me, huh? There we go. Maybe you can see that. The screws just slightly poke through. And now, one at a time, I'm going to put these little wing pieces in here. Good news is these are keyed in. You don't have to try to keep them from spinning while you're holding on to the rest of this crap. You just screw them in. One thing to look out for, just so that you remember, I didn't show this off, but you've probably seen it flopping around. This little piece right here that looks like a large chain link is a separate part, and it will fall off, so just make sure you don't lose it when you're taking the old one apart or putting this new one together. Okay, Cat, can you not like go somewhere? Okay, you can lay there, but don't mess anything. This thing is nutted on one side, and on the other it's not. So what we're gonna have to do, you have two screws on the back of this shock tower here and here. I just take this one off and rotate this top piece, this body holder, out of the way. Cat, I don't need my back scratched right now. I know you're looking for attention. She's behind me in the chair and trying to get my attention by clawing my back. Ow, 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 ow. Stop it. All right, all right, all right, so get down. Rotate that out of the way now. That will give us access to both of the bolt holes that we need, which are right back here. If you see them, here and here. Smush that through there. And actually, hold on. Trying to figure out where this is captured. Give me just a minute here. This will be captured right here inside of this. Yeah, there we go. We have one nut that goes there. And one nut that goes there. And that's on the right hand side. And the screws go in from the left. Ow, ow, cat, stop it. I gotta remember which of these goes where, because there's two of them, as you can see. One's longer than the other. So I actually put the wrong one in the rear. The short one goes back there because it won't reach on the front. Like I said, trial and error. I ran into a problem getting it out though, in that when I was trying to unscrew this, I pushed in too hard and it pushed the nut out of this side. Now this nut is captured, so when it comes out it's no longer captured and it just free spins. I could not for the life of me get it to go back in, because what you got to do is take it and line it up. So what I did was just took a wheel wrench, a Phillips head, flathead, screwdriver, anything that you could put pressure on it will work. You come in from this side where the nut is, and luckily I've got another table here. Put pressure on that nut while you rotate this just a little bit and you should feel it slot back in. So that took an extra 15 minutes of jacking around with to get it out, but now that we have, we can swap these around. All right, I finally got this thing back together. Let me run some stuff past you real quick here, just so y'all don't have the same experience I did. I told you in the beginning, this truck is built like a tank, and it really is. You got to take parts off to get to other parts, and that's par for the course with some of these trucks. But this one would not go back together. Like, no matter what I tried. What wound up happening was, first of all, I got the screws in the wrong place, so I had to flip them around, right? Even I make mistakes. Second of all, this front screw here would not go in straight, so I couldn't get it to go into the nut over here. I sat here and messed with this for probably 20 minutes trying to get it working, trying to get it figured out. I didn't know what was wrong, right? Finally, for some reason it clicked in my head, because this bar is what was causing the problem, not this top bar, this brace here. The screw would go in and cock sideways. So I was like, what is going on here? Finally I said, you know what, you want to play games, let's play games. I came back here, I took this screw out. That's for the brace bar. I took that out, let the brace move freely, bolted it all together how it goes, and lo and behold, everything lined up and the screw went right back in. I don't know what it is with this aarma kraton and me, but we do not get along. Ever since I bought the first parts for it, we have not gotten along. There is something about it that is just, I don't know, maybe it's because it's built like a tank and everything does fit tight and right, and you can't cheese this thing like you do with some other vehicles. Like, sometimes you got to take multiple things apart to get one thing to fit back on it. At least that's been my experience. When I went to take these front A arms here off to replace them with RPM arms, they were the wrong arm, but getting this front end apart was even a pain. I had to take like all of this up here apart just to, was it for the front A arms, or what was it for? It was for something up here, but I don't remember what. Like, this whole piece had to come apart before I could get to it. It was wild, man. So this thing, I've never gotten along with it very well when it comes to working on it. But I finally got that stupid wing brace in there. Everything's put together. All I got left to do is to put the body posts and the wings on. And we're going to go ahead and put those body posts on first. It's just 4 screws back here, like when I said we were taking it apart. Alright, never mind all the screws. I had to find some new hardware for the back here, because one of them for the rear wing brace here was broken and the other one was bent, so I had to find 2 replacement screws. Now that it's all back together, we can put this wing back on. Alright, so there we have it. Rear wing mount and brace, or whatever you want to call it, is officially fixed and reinstalled. The hardest part of this was this piece right here. It was, like I said, just a bit off, and I had to figure out a way to make it work. But once I undid the brace here, this one, it all fit right together, and there was no problem. So something was in a bind, or maybe the chassis is a little bent. I mean, I've put this thing through a lot of abuse, at least for what I normally do with trucks. I've landed it on the rear end so many times that I broke the stock wing mount, and bent the screws, broke the screws, you know, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a little out of whack and it caused that to be misaligned, but maybe not. Cat, leave my screws alone. They're not your playthings. I got to put those back in a bag, and they're very important. Little kitty. But yeah, I want to thank y'all all for hanging out with me and watching and keeping me and my cats company. Ouch. Oh, that was my toe. I knocked the tire off on my toe. What's she doing, pretty girl? I got another one around here somewhere, but she's my little guard cat. She likes to hide places and hiss and chase people out of my room when they come in. But yeah, thanks for watching. I got to clean all this mess up, but I'm not going to make y'all watch that. You have a good day, and I'll see you next time.